What a way to start that is. My word, that blew the cobwebs out. So good evening. This is Doran here from Doran and D Talk. This is our first live show coming to you from the studio, and hope everyone's feeling good out there. And the whole point of this show is just to get everybody sort of interacting with us, really. So I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously what's going on in the world at the minute, we're having to do a lot of the all of it really, is remotely. So my good friend and partner in crime is about to join us by the wonder of technology, I believe. So I'm going to try and get a link up to him straight away and see if I can get him on the line. So bear with us the best you can. Here we go. Hello. Anybody there?
Hello?
Hello, can you... You're all right?
Hello? Hi, is it working?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we're live now. Yeah, just so you know.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can... so, yeah, by the wonders of technology, we're now back together, so to speak. So it's a bit of an odd one because we were... I'm just looking over at an empty desk opposite me. It's quite weird.
I feel like Kate 80. You remember Kate 80?
Yeah, yeah. No,
well, Doran, I'm reporting from Chorley. Special correspondent from Chorley.
So yeah, so it's good to hear your voice actually. So I'm glad it's working anyway. So we've got. Did you hear the intro music, by the way? I've just been telling everybody about.
I did.
The intro
Yes.
Music. Yeah, mine got it working brilliant. Yeah, excellent. So yeah, let's just say out there we had a few technical issues, didn't we?
You could say that, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit of a headache, to say the least. So, so I was just saying to everybody, as far as the format of the show is concerned, we're going to, I suppose, try and keep it as we normally do it. I think is that you think, in terms of just trying to entertain where we can. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Although I have got a little bit, because I feel a little bit. I don't know about you, but I feel a little bit more under pressure because I suppose it's a bit weird for you as well. You'll be talking into your phone more, yeah?
Well, it doesn't sound right up front, so I've got headphones in with a mic on.
Brilliant. Well, I must admit, you sound better. You sound better.
Oh, thanks. But I can't even self-speak, so if I'm going too loud, you're going to have to tell me.
No, it sounds perfect, honestly. It sounds absolutely fine. So it's yeah, it's just like having a caller on the radio. So yeah, it's a bit weird, to say the least. So yeah, it's a bit strange being on my own in the old studio, but needs must, and we've obviously all got to abide by the rules, I suppose.
Do you want me to go and get an energy drink and not enjoy it, so you're not?
Yeah, I think you should. I think everybody out there, because I think we've been with the live show, we're probably going to be a bit more exposed to a newer audience on Podbean, aren't we? So I think if you haven't heard us so far. All our back catalogue is on Podbean. So I think we've got about 10 episodes now, haven't we?
Yeah, 10, mate, yeah, double figures.
Yeah, so 10 episodes. So you can find us on Doran and Dean Talk podcast. You can just go and find our back catalogue of episodes, download them and do all you know. And
I've still got a hangover from the TV episode.
Yeah, there was a particular episode that was it the TV one, did you say? Was that the one?
Yeah, the TV one, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so we were trying to navigate our way through all the copious amounts of TV that everybody will no doubt will be watching in the coming, well, we don't know how long, in coming days, weeks, whatever it is. And yeah, I think got a bit fruity because we were really good up to a certain point, weren't we? And then I think we well and truly fell off the wagon.
Yeah, but a cliff, never mind wagon.
Yeah,
fell off a
cliff. Yeah, it was a sheer alcoholism cliff, yeah, without a doubt. So. But yeah, so we've the whole idea with the live shows as well. Which, if you're familiar with Podbean, you'll know the format anyway. It's very much an interactive show, so we can sort of give shout outs to anybody that joins us listening tonight. So I can actually see we've got our first listener here. We've got a Bron 2001. So I don't know if that's your date of birth, but we're obviously down with the kids if you are. If it is 2001, so imagine that having a 19-year-old listen to us. My God.
Hello, Bron.
Yeah. that was your warm welcome there from my partner. So yeah, so welcome to the show. But like I said, with any of this, if you do want to call in, we can take multiple callers as well. So on your interface in the top right hand corner where it says guests and call-ins, you can just give us a shout, and then we'll decide whether to let you in. I suppose that's the other thing, and decide whether we want to speak to you or not. But we will be gentle because we do encourage any interaction, don't we, as far as getting people involved is concerned.
Oh, we certainly do. Yeah, we like to talk to a multitude of different people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know about you, but I'm sat here, and one thing that's becoming evident for me, I don't know about I don't think it's as big an issue for you, and I mean that in the nicest way, do is the Jesus Christ, I need a haircut. I'm telling you right now, it's getting horrendous.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, you know what I mean by that, yeah. If you do follow us, or you've seen our sort of little icon, you'll notice there's one of us has hair, one doesn't. So the one with her is me. So but yeah, it's horrendous. My hair is getting out of control now. It really is. That's what the barbers have a field day, aren't they?
There's a trend going around social media. Anybody think they were actually locked?
I lost you there for a minute. I'll start that sentence again.
Can you hear me? So there's,
yeah, can hear you now.
So there's a trend going around Facebook. Everybody's shaving their heads.
Really? Oh
yeah,
my
for
God.
the yeah, because we're on lockdown. Everybody decided to shave their heads for some reason.
All right. Well, just watch the sheer madness, or they're doing it for a valid reason.
Well, it's just a bit extreme, innit? I know all barbers are shut down, but I'm sure you can wait a bit.
I know. Although, you know what my hair's like, though. I look like fucking one of Jackson 5s. Oh, by the way, that was a swear word. So, I did mark this show as explicit. So, it will be that. So yeah, if that was a bit of a shock to you, then I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be. So,
I think there's some kind of record for me because we've been talking for 11 minutes now and I've not sworn yet.
No, that's true. No, that is true. Yeah, well, time yet. It's this time yet without a doubt. But no, I mean that's one thing. So the other thing about the other thing, the beard as well. I mean, I know you're a beard man, well, more so than I. You had a hell of a beard at one point, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you had a hell of a beard, but even my you sort of, because you're not, well, for me anyway, because obviously I'm on enforced stay home lockdown antics. I've stopped shaving. That's the other thing I've done. So, but when you do stop shaving, what's weird is you start like my beard's like going. It's really depressing. My beard's going grey as well. So it's horrible, isn't it?
Well, you've seen mine. Looks like bloody salt and pepper.
Yeah.
More salt.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's horrendous. So yeah, you just still start seeing sort of the grey hairs popping out from all different places, and the eyebrow, my eyebrows as well. So I get the odd eyebrow hair going white, which is a bit concerning.
Well, my missus has a right go at me over my eyebrows because I look like bloody. Remember Norman Lamont?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Norman Lamont, by the way, people out there, that's a politician that he basically had eyebrows like Ming the Merciless, didn't he?
Yeah, like two badges over his eyes. But mine go off on one. I'll get one massive long hair sticking up at a right angle, and I won't notice it for days, and it drives my missus bananas.
Yeah, out of sheer sort of despair. Yeah, it is horrible, but it's true. As you knock on a bit, I mean, we're not that old, are we? But as you do knock on a bit, you do start sprouting hairs all over the place, don't you?
Yeah, everywhere except top of my head.
Yeah, unfortunately. But no, you can have some of mine because mine's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You're gonna look like Fellaini you at end of next week.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do look like Michael Jackson circa 1979. To be honest, I do. So yeah, it's not pretty as well. But I know you've been working very hard and everything else and stuff like that. But the other thing I was going to say, with being at home, I've found past few days is that I'm in and out. I'm in and out the fridge all the time for no reason, and it's horrendous. You know, just end up going to the fridge, just staring at it, and just for no reason. You're just like eating stuff for the sake of it. You don't realise why you're there. It's really, really weird. So, really strange.
I think we've got a bit of a delay.
I mean, yeah, is that why? I thought you were just doing it for artistic license.
No, it's like while I'm reporters on telly, they ask them a question and they stare at the camera gormlessly for a couple of minutes.
yeah. Well, we'll live with that. It's all right. Well, I'll try and fill the void, so to speak, where I can.
No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
Good stuff. So yeah, as far as yes, I am eating far too much. My hair's growing like the clappers, and I'm basically walking around in nightwear for the last week. So it's been horrendous.
No, I'm still at work, but it's dying down now. Everywhere's closing.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're all going to go through it. It is tough. I mean, the good thing about podcasts as well, though, is that they can provide a little bit of a social interaction as well for because rather than just relying on TV all the time for information, it's good, I think, sometimes just to get a break from it as well, especially when you're watching so much TV like I am. I mean, you end up watching that many shows. It's nice to have a little bit of a break in between copious amounts of watching the news and everything else, you know?
Yeah. I never noticed, though, how much you miss going out when you can't.
Oh yeah, it's massive. It's like anything. Anyone tells you can't do something, it immediately becomes the most important thing in the world.
I've been working all week except Saturday, Sunday. I was bored out my god by Sunday afternoon. Or climbing walls. So I don't know what I'm going to do if we do go on enforced shutdown at work.
Yeah, well, we've all got to put up with it. There's a lot of good people out there, obviously working very hard and everything else, and but yeah, he's got to. It is what it is. He's got to get through it, haven't we? I suppose, and just sort of try and make the best of it we can. But it is weird. Time does sort of blur into insignificance, to be honest with you. But it is very, very strange. It's true what they say. The time is very relative. You know, it's very relative.
That was plus side of it though. I had some good quality Xbox time at weekend.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, good. Well, there's always time for that.
So I just thought I'd put myself in better spirits, and I played all day. I played Division 2.
Oh yeah.
It's about walking through a plague-riddled Washington DC. So I thought, you know,
you sure you just want to watch the CNN?
I might have been looking out at window, to be fair. Can't remember.
I know, yeah. It is very strange. And we've got a strange technician who's just entered the live studio, so hello to you. That's I don't know if you're so what is an odd name, but welcome. It's nice to
good evening.
See you. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, absolutely. But no, it is very, very
snake
strange.
And a bat next to the name.
Yeah, it's very cool actually. Has he done that? Probably not technically savvy as some people out there, but welcome to you. Good sir. So I appreciate your listening. I might be a lady actually. Well done. Let them know. But obviously send us a message, and we'll give you a shout out, so to speak. So, but yeah, like you're saying about the news, though. I mean, it is weird, isn't it? It's like we're watching a lot of TV, watching a lot of the news. You know, like American news as well. One thing I've noticed as well with the American news is, it's like, you know, in this scenario now where you're normally sat opposite me and we do the show and everything else and everything's dead straightforward. It's like when you're doing a sort of a link to your correspondent. So like I'm in the studio and everything else and you're the correspondent. And then there's always that, like you said, there's always that delay, but then there's always that, they have a different style on CNN or American shows. Because like when you finish saying what you're saying, you do your sign off, don't you? You go, so say if it was me, you'd go, you'd say something like, yeah, and that's the state of play here in Washington, D.C., Doran. And then you say that at the end. It's weird. It's really, really weird. It's like you're batting it back off to the studio.
So I don't want to deal with it. You can deal with it.
Yeah, it's like they always say that. It's all really weird. So instead of just like like on Sky News, where they'll go, they'll finish what they're saying and then they just stop, and then obviously they rely on the guy in the studio to pick up the reins. They sort of say, yeah, that's the stipulation play here, Doran, and then that's the bat off back to. It's really weird, really weird. So that's the weird shit that you notice when you've got a load of time on your hands, people. Really weird.
We got a message there from Strange Technician. We're doing pretty well, thanks. I hope you're all right too.
Yeah, we're hanging in there, absolutely. So I appreciate the message, and we're doing fine. So, but by all means, tell us where you're based as well, because obviously there's a lot of different shit going down in different parts of the world. So it'd be good to know where you're from as well. It's good for us as well, not to know like where people are listening from and stuff like that. So, by all means, let us know where you are calling or where you're listening from, should I say, and we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, and if you do call in, don't be afraid to cough. Have you noticed everybody's absolutely shit scared of coughing now?
Everybody is, yeah. And you sort of like try and do that weird holding, because it's hard to hold a cough, isn't it? Hold a cough.
Yeah. People's heads spin round like a lot of meerkats coming out of their holes. Like, look at that, coughing.
Yeah. Put him down. Euthanasia.
It might be a bit much for a cough, that. But I was watching news before, ITV, which is it's one of a few channels we have over in the UK. And Mary Nightingale, the newsreader, she did really well, really pro move. She was stifling a cough, but she was really struggling with it. And she's probably thinking, I'm reporting on coronavirus pandemic, and I'm on live TV in front of millions with a cough. You could just see the absolute sheer dread in her face. That's the two fellas going to come flying through the studio in full PPE and drag her off, kicking and screaming.
I like that scene out of Monsters, Inc.
2319. You go parasailing through the top of window.
And that shower curtain goes round them, and then they shave and then I love that scene. I love that film actually.
Shave Mary Nightingale's head and then kick her out at no.
On the news, I'd watch that. I'd watch that definitely. So always from Strange Technicians from Wisconsin. So Wisconsin.
That's a fair way away from us.
It's a fair way, but actually, I don't know if you've listened to us before, Strange Technician, but we've had 20. Just telling me now, about 20 miles north of me, they're having a huge outbreak in Milwaukee here in the States. So, sorry to hear that, but it's. I suppose all you can do is try and stay as positive and as sort of follow the rules, isn't it? I suppose that's all you can do. Just stay at home, look after yourself, look after your family, and try and make the best of it, I suppose. But it is tough. It is tough, and I know the States are having it particularly bad over there. So we are thinking of everybody out there. So, but we appreciate them listening, definitely.
Yeah. If I can, Strange Technician, I'd want to ask you a question, actually. Do you have a big problem over there on your social media in the States with people spreading fake facts? Because we get a lot of that over here, don't we? Because there was something being banded around on Facebook the other day, and somebody had made a fake NHS letter saying that you couldn't buy alcohol. So it just increases panic buying. It's ridiculous.
Massively. Yeah.
And they don't know what they're doing, all for the sake of a few likes.
No, absolutely. Completely agree. I mean, he's just actually put on Strange Technician. So he said, he's saying, unfortunately, people in the city don't listen well. Fairly scary. And he's just saying, how are things by us? So obviously here in the UK, we are under, I suppose, lockdown, as you call it. So we can't leave the house, and we're... the only thing we can go out for is groceries and stuff like that. So that's the only thing we can do. But it is scary, and unfortunately, some of the figures, the sort of figures coming out daily from the rates of disease and death aren't good. So it's not great, to be fair. But it is tough. But he's just saying as well. He said, it is pretty scary how much false information makes its way to Facebook. And
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. It's massively. It's good to hear from him.
The UK government said we can leave the house once a day for exercise, so that's my quota of exercise gone up by 100%. So I'm not too happy about that either, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, and I've never seen so many people out in my life. It's not in terms of, I must admit, it's got a lot better over the past few days. So, your people are respecting things like this social distancing, keeping apart and everything else. But suddenly everyone's decided to go cycling. And then suddenly the dogs are like looking at their owners going, how many fucking walks have we been on? It's like they're like walking the dog all the time and cycling everywhere and everything else. So I don't know, people have got to get their quota of exercise. I get that. But it's stark and obvious that suddenly people, because they're told they can't do something, they're suddenly doing it a lot.
Oh, we've got Max 13580 has joined. Hello, Max.
Yeah, hi Max. Yeah, I can see him there, so another listener. So welcome to the show. And if you have just joined us, which you probably have done, obviously, you're listening to Doran the Talk Live. So we do our podcast whenever we can, really. But we're doing our first live broadcast. Dean, my partner in crime, is joining us from his abode, as am I. So we're doing everything remotely with obviously the restrictions in mind. So just basically, we're actually obeying the rules for once, which is a bit weird for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like us, is it?
No, we're not, genuinely not. You'll pick this up from our back catalogue of episodes, which you can find on Podbean as well. But we definitely don't follow the rules.
Yeah.
Without,
just for that, I'm going to go out twice after.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, another message there from Strange Technician. He's just saying, thankfully, he does live in a small town off the lake here in Wisconsin. Sounds very nice.
That sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, very nice. And it says people around here are pretty mindful of the stay-at-home order. But they're not on complete shutdown, which is interesting. It's just the north of us, which is spreading like crazy. So maybe it's just a matter of time, which I think it will be. And it is a bit scary when somebody says, you're on lockdown or whatever you want to call it. But actually, when you're living it and breathing it, yeah, it's a bit weird at first. But hey ho, we live in an age where we can watch lots of TV, we can play games, we can do this and and interact with people as it shows all over the world. So we've got another listener here called Meki. So welcome to I don't know if that's a lady or a guy, but welcome anyway, and just entered the studio. So but yeah, it is weird, but social media can be evil when it comes to shit like this, can't it?
Yeah, the amount of people that has said in the UK of it last week, oh, the army is going to take to the streets next week, and you know what I mean? There's stuff that floats around that they're going to blow your kneecaps off if they find you outside, and
you're going to be savaged by a police Alsatian if you walk through the shop or anything like that. It's,
somebody actually, I saw somebody spread around Facebook the other day. There was no outbreak in Russia because Putin had released all the lions from the zoo and was letting them roam around the streets to keep people inside.
What a great idea. Brilliant idea. Yeah. Well,
he'd probably ride on back on one of them, Putin, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah. He would. I'd like to see that, to be fair. But he was, they should maybe do that with Chester Zoo. Just unleash the animals from Chester Zoo and just to keep us all in line. But
there's a rogue giraffe wandering down Charlie.
But you know how I feel about chimpanzees. I really freak me out. They've got fucking 4 hands, them things. It's weird. Freaks me out.
So if chimpanzees became sentient like Planet of the Apes, would they buy shoes or 2 pairs of gloves?
It's a great question, and I don't know the answer, but both answers are equally freak me out, to be fair.
and that's the type of insight you get on Doran and Dean Talk. Welcome to our world.
These are the questions that we pose people. And if they went into a shoe shop to order shoes, would the shoe boxes be twice as big? It creates a real storage dilemma, people. What would happen? It's very, very strange. I don't know what would occur. It would be very freaky. So having 4 shoes or 4 gloves, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I wouldn't get into a fight with the chimpanzee. My feelings have been documented on our back catalogue of episodes, and I've got strong feelings about chimpanzees. They freak me out.
We actually did an episode, didn't we? We used that random app question generator,
Yeah,
and one of them was, which animal would you fight? And it was the chimps that terrified you, wasn't it?
Yeah, chimpanzees, because they've just basically got 4 arms, and they've got sort of 4 opportunities to lay you out. Plus, they can the strong little bastards that can jump from up and down and all over the place at any angle. So it's a bit like a sort of a character on a game that has the ability to move at any direction at any time. It freaks the shit out of me as well. And plus, when you screech like that as well, it just fucks me. It fucking freaks me the fuck out. It really, really does.
What was the character on Mortal Kombat with about 6 arms on his back? You remember him?
Oh, yeah, that was that not like a god? Was that not like the what was that god that fucking hell, what's his name? You know, the god before it with 6 arms.
Ganesh? No, is it Ganesh?
Don't know. And that's how culturally ignorant we are, people. So apologies for apologies.
Well, yeah, apologies for. Yeah, if we referred to anybody's god as a Mortal Kombat character, do excuse our ignorance.
Yeah, really sorry. But on that point, we've got Pete Points, who just entered the studio, as is Rishi Raj as well. So great names, people. So welcome to the show. And yes, so we're just enjoying the craziness of what's going on, really. So, but yeah, I don't really know that about Russia. They're all weird over there anyway. As we've talked about before, it's very, very strange people. But I can imagine Putin riding around on a lion through the streets of Moscow, to be honest.
Like He-Man at back a battle cat.
Yeah, with slightly bigger man tits.
They're voting on him to have indefinite power, aren't they? Over in Russia.
Something like that. Yeah, that is weird shit.
He's gone past his terms, and they want to change the law so he can keep on trucking, as it were.
Yeah,
it's not right, that.
No, it's sinister, and there's that situation. I don't know if you saw. There's that situation as well where they've the Royal Navy have had to shadow 7 Russian warships in the North Sea this week because they're just testing out responses while they think we're at our weakest, with all the coronavirus shit going on. So there's always a reason with Putin not to be trusted.
I don't think they've done it in the States yet. Strange Technician might be able to correct me on this if I'm wrong. But over here, they've closed all the fast food outlets. So McDonald's, KFC, Subway, and we don't have that many that much choice over here, do we? They're the big 3. Burger Kings are a few and far between. But on the day that McDonald's had announced that they were going to close, did you see the queue at our local McDonald's?
Yeah, it was like the end of the world. Well, like the end of the world, basically. It really, really was. There was people queuing around all down the bypass just to get to the McDonald's, the local one. It was horrendous. Oh, here we go. Youngsy's joined in, and he said, I think he says I had McDonald's. I think he means I heard.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we go.
I heard McDonald's have slaves on their farms.
Well,
I've heard that rumor. I think they're all they have Ronald McDonald's face makeup tattooed on the face when they're on the farms.
I'll tell you what a good program I watched the other day. It was on Amazon Prime in the UK, so it might be over there in the States. Do you remember Morgan Spurlock? And he did the documentary Super Size Me, and he ate nothing but McDonald's for a month. Yeah. He's done another one he opens his own fried chicken franchise, and it goes behind what he calls big chicken, because all the chicken farmers in the States are controlled by these big 5 companies, and the practices they employ to the farmers is absolutely shocking. It is so bad, it's unreal. Yeah. Well,
we've got some insight here because Bill Blake just actually said, I've worked at a McDonald's farm and they are terrible. Got hit every day by the other workers. And he said, and you said, were you a slave, Bill? Bill, if you were a slave, I'm glad you're free. If you'd have been at a slave market, I would have bought you out of pity and freed you. But yeah, it's I'm glad you're free. So Here's to well, I'll raise my glass, which I've got here because I'm well on the way here. I'm drinking a lot. I'll raise my glass to Bill and say, here's to your freedom, Bill Blake. Glad you escaped the McDonald's war machine, so to speak. Oh, Jesus released it, apparently. So, so I'm glad
Is that Jesus or Jesus?
From I don't know. So was it Jesus? Well, let us know, Bill. Was it Jesus or was it the big Mr. C himself? I hope you're not being serious, by the way, because I don't want to offend offend Bill if he was released as a slave from the McDonald's, the grasp of the machine that is McDonald's. But I'm sure he's joking. Just hopefully he probably has he probably curls up in a ball in a fetal position every time he sees Ronald McDonald.
I've never get the attraction with McDonald's, me. I don't like it at all.
No, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. But I don't know. I love it if needs be, but not my first. Definitely not my first port of call, without a doubt. So
I certainly wouldn't queue up for 2 hours.
No, definitely not. No, man, you have to queue up for everything at the minute. So I had to do the queuing at the supermarket. Sorry, I'm just laughing there because
I have said it.
Youngsy's just said.
Who does Youngsy?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Bill didn't have to roll up in a ball and suck his own dick, but hopefully that wasn't the case. Unless you've got first-hand experience. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know if that's a man speaking from experience. It certainly sounds like it.
Do you remember the vicious rumour about Prince having his bottom 3 ribs removed so he could bend that way?
Yeah, so he could bend that way. Yeah. It's right. Bill Blake says, "I don't think that's very funny. It's abuse, not humour." All right, fair enough.
Well, right, so I'm not sure who was talking to us or Youngsy.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But Bill, listen, you're gonna get that here. No one's. Well, we haven't heard it personally, but this is what we're all about here. So this is the tone of things going forward. So hopefully they'll stick with us. But if not, then we're certainly not going to change the way we do things as far as that goes, without a doubt. So, but what I was going to say, moving on, is at the supermarket. I actually had to do the supermarket run the other day.
Oh.
I know. Yeah, it was. Bill saying, "I've now got coronavirus. Life is bad."
Oh, right, so sorry about that, Bill.
Yeah, sorry, Bill. Yeah, I hope you're isolating and you're not too bad. So Bill's just got coronavirus. Everybody, so be careful. Yeah, I hope you get well soon, Bill. I sincerely do. So as I was saying, with the supermarkets, because they're all doing that social distance queuing now. It was the first time I've had that experience of being in the queue. Social distancing. It was really, really weird because you had that scenario like you do with all queues. Like when you're queuing up for a roller coaster at a theme park, and everybody's queuing up in those sort of snaking queue barriers. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
And but the weird thing is that you were sort of 6 to 8 feet apart. So every time, like the woman in front of me, every time she moved forward a little bit, then I moved forward a little bit, and then the guy behind me was waiting for me to move. But instead of being like 2 inches apart, we're like 10 feet apart, which is really, really weird. And but it's like, because we've all done it. When you're queuing up for something, you've been queuing up for absolutely ages, and then the guy in front of you moves a little bit, and then if you don't move forward the same amount of movement that he's moved, the person behind you can hear him going,
"Oh, tutting, roll." You can hear their eyes rolling.
Because you haven't moved like half an inch, and that's what it was like. It was really, really strange, but we've done it at such distance. And everybody was, quite a few people were wearing the most. I'm all for people who want to wear masks. I get that shit. I understand it. I do get that. But some of them were just wearing the weirdest things you've ever seen. Like it was like being on the set of like a Prodigy video.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had face masks and various levels of protection. I
I was going stir crazy yesterday, even though it was only my second day off. And I thought, I've got to get outside for a little bit. So, you know me, I went to wash my car, went to town on it, because I do that.
Yeah.
And there's a little footpath that cuts across at the front of our house. And there's not many people use it.
No.
And there was a chap walking down from there yesterday, and oh my, honest to God, he comes down, right, he's got a face mask on. Fair enough, you want to wear one, no problem.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He had a face mask on. He had a anorak on, drawn up over his head, and he had the toggle pulled so tight he looked like Kenny off South Park.
Yeah.
He had safety goggles on, but I'm talking the ones that used to wear in science lessons at school, the other big plastic ones.
Yeah.
He had them on, wool mittens, and he had two supermarket plastic carrier bags tied around his feet.
Brilliant.
Honest to God, he looked like an extra off Outbreak, and he's just out for his stroll.
It's very, very the lengths people go to protect themselves. But it's like when you see people wearing bandanas and stuff like that. You know, there's already a lot of contention over whether the actual surgical masks make any difference. Never, let alone like just putting a bandana over your face. You know, it just doesn't work. But the other thing, when I actually got in store as well, it was really weird because after all the craziness of the panic buy-in and all that shit that went with it, is things are actually pretty calm now in supermarkets because they're actually only letting a certain number of people in the store. So when you do go in, you can actually move around really, really easy. So it was really, really, it was quite, you know, after all the craziness of the last week, 10 days, it was actually really, really, really nice to actually go in and to move basically and pick up products without fighting somebody for them.
And a byproduct of this is obviously the markets have crashed, and fuel over in the UK is the cheapest it's been in a long, long time.
Oh, it's cheap. Yeah, you're right. It is.
Well, it's probably still horrendously expensive to our American listeners.
Yeah. Although I think it is creeping up over there as well. But yeah, right. It is. It has come down quite a lot. But then again, like crude oil's come down to a ridiculously low level at the minute with what's going on. So you know, it's still. They're still maintaining the profits, but they're just the core ingredient, the crude oil's come down, so they can charge less for it and still make the same, you know. So a little bit of that. So, but he's just saying actually, strange technician. He's saying it's under $1 in most parts. Oh my God!
Cool. Is that per litre, strange technician? Yeah, you guys do it? Yeah. You do it in gallons over there, don't you?
Yeah, we're like medieval over here. Like because we all go around on our horses. Per gallon.
Per gallon.
Oh my God.
My God, dear me. Yeah, we're paying over. Well, if we go on the exchange rates pre-coronavirus, we were paying what, $1.50 a litre. So that's around $6 a gallon. I know your gallons are slightly different than ours, but not too much.
No, you're right. It's about So you factoring in the day about $6. Yeah, about $6, won't it? You're right. About $6.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It is a lot. But for us, it's come down quite a bit, which is good. But yeah, you're saying it is cheap.
That's a very good point. That actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is very, very true. Very true. But when I went out in the car, on that very subject, actually, when I went out in the car, and when everybody's walking around and obviously not moving around very much anywhere, you do sort of fantasize about your car a little bit and think to myself, you think, you know, like what would my car look like with sheet metal plating welded to the side of it, and like you know, like the windscreen kicked out and just like metal but with a slit cut out of it so you can just see out.
Yeah, Mad Max in it.
Yeah, absolutely, Mad Max, and then and just having like blades coming out of your wheels.
There was a story on the news today, and over in the UK and here, that with the police are starting to check on people to make sure that they're out for legitimate reasons. I've got a letter from work that I've got to give to police if I get stopped. And there was a story today. They stopped a chap on the M6. The M6 is what you call a highway. You like call them like route whatever. We call them. They've all got an M in front of them. And they stopped on the M6. It's one of our major motorways, to see what he was doing out and about in his car. He bought a load of windows off eBay. So they were giving him a telling off because he'd been out for a non-essential journey. He's got all these window frames at the back of his car, and they heard this weird noise. So they told him to open his boot. His wife was lying in the boot. So they said, "Why is your wife?" So why is your wife lying in the boot, or trunk as you call it? Why is your wife lying in the trunk? And he said, "Well, I couldn't fit the windows in there, and we've got it, and she had to get in somehow." But they were in Cheshire, and they were driving somewhere way down south, like Portsmouth or something like that, with her in the boot on the motorway.
No way! Oh my god!
Yeah.
But yeah, you've heard some crazy stories with people trying to sneak about when they shouldn't be. Yeah, there's been a lot of that. And they just brought. Did you see that report as well with those people that broke up that karaoke party? Did you see that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So put like a full-on 25-man buffet and karaoke party on. It's like,
crazy, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They should be, in my opinion, they should be fucking flogged through the streets. I'd publicly whip them in front of. I'd probably let the nurses and doctors do it. To be fair, just flog them through the streets.
I think we're one step away from public flogging.
Yeah. Although some people are into that shit, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. To be fair.
Yeah, you get all weirdos walking around on purpose.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, all the sadists. Yeah. With the clamps on the.
So hang on a minute. Take a ball gag out of the pocket. Right, okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah, absolutely. The mind does boggle as well. It really does. But the other thing I was going to say as well is that I always had like my days, because they're blurring into one at the moment. Is I always had the intention. I thought to myself, like, right, what I'll do is I'll do something sort of semi-worthwhile. You know what I mean? I'll do something like constructive. I'll start doing something. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Do I?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's better. All right, that's better.
Is that better? Yeah, Wi-Fi's a bit spotty around our house.
God, it's like you're next to me. You're back. I can hear you perfect.
I'll move. I live in the dark ages in here. I'm upstairs and Wi-Fi's not spectacular up here.
No, I can hear you now. That's really. You can hear you really.
Is that better?
Nicely.
There you go. Yeah. I moved near the booster thing.
Oh no! Get on the booster. But no, I said I was going to do like a hobby or do something worthwhile, but I've done absolutely fucking nothing, and you end up time ends up slipping away, and it's bonkers. I know I've said this to you before as well, is in terms of time being relative, it's really, really strange, and it's so true that time just it sort of melts. It's really, really weird. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I know
what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else out there has felt the same since it's been.
No, it's been stupidly busy at work. Just starting to tail off now a little bit, but the days have just been flying by. Yeah.
No, I get that. It's when you've got some structure to your day, it's weird. It makes things a little bit more. I know it sounds the most obvious statement in the world, but it's like everything being in order a little bit. Whereas when you've got no structure to your day, nobody's telling you what you need to do. It's really, really strange. But there is only so much you can do to fill your day. It's really, especially when you can't go out as well. So I don't know what anyone else has been up to out there, but if you are listening, which I can see quite a few of you are, just let us know what you've been doing. What have you been doing to fill your day and sort of and give you some structure to the day as well? Because like we were saying, I haven't been shaving. My hair hasn't been cut, so I do look a bit like Tom Hanks in Castaway at the minute. So, but not quite as thin, unfortunately. So, but I have been neglecting myself a little bit, and I know you know what's going to happen with me, Dean. You'll know this very well. Is that the night before I go back to work, I'll be stood here and I'll be thinking I've put on like 2 stone. I've got the hair just look like I've been electrocuted, and I'll have a massive beard.
They won't let you in.
No, I know they won't do. They think I'm a vagrant. They won't let me back into my quite respectful job as well. Although if they ever listen to this, they'll probably sack me anyway, to be honest. But yeah, it's. I'm only kidding. I'm very supportive. But yeah, it is true. You will all end up it's amazing when you've got a structure to your day, what difference it makes. That's all I'm getting at. It is very, very weird. Very weird. So like I said, I don't know what anyone else has been doing out there, but do let us know if you've got any tips or any advice on what we can do to fill our day, I suppose. I mean, doing this helps, I suppose, in terms of doing the show, and everything else keeps us on the right side of sanity, doesn't it?
Well, we're always on the wrong side of sanity, honestly. We never stood much of a chance there.
No, that's true. No, it is. Yeah, we're never quite there in terms of the sanity aspect of anything else. Yeah. So, and the other thing I was going to say as well is that we're in when you are at home as well. I don't know about anyone else out there, but it's even things like getting dressed and stuff like that's a real chore. So you end up like just sitting around in your joggers and just becoming anything else other than the comfiest clothes you own. It just becomes a real pain in the ass. So you just sit there in your bedclothes basically, just trying to make the best of it.
I think we touched on that, didn't we, last episode? And there was some psychologist said it, even if to get out of that rut, when you get up in the morning, you get ready as though you were going to work.
Yeah, it's true. It is important to try and do those basic things like get up and I say it's obvious, but brush your teeth, shower, get semi-dressed, I suppose, and try and have some structure there because it is good for the mind, I suppose. Because I think through all of this, you can really realise that how much you can slip into just basically becoming a absolute cabbage.
Netflix hermit.
Yeah, Netflix hermit. That's right. Yeah, and we touched on this. Well, I know a lot of people have been talking about it throughout, all over the place. Is that, if there's one thing you can say, thank God this has happened in the age in the age we live in. Because if this was 30 years ago when we had none of this technology, none of this communication technology, you could understand why it would literally push you around the twist.
Oh, I'll tell you what I did do yesterday, and no spoilers out there, anybody in the USA, because we're well behind you. I watched third episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Really good. It is really good.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. So, which one was that one? So, I'm trying to get some reference.
It was the one where I don't want to spoil it in case anybody's listening and they haven't seen it. It was the one where there was a lot of Mandalorians. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, that was a good one. That one. Yeah, well, they're all good, aren't they? Did you see what I mean about the music at the end? The music's how cool. The music and the artwork at the end.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of like an old western.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones to me. A little bit of the music.
Yeah,
reminds me like Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know what you mean. The old western sort of stills at the end. But I mean, some of those. Imagine getting some of those paintings. Be ace, wouldn't they? At the end, you can get them.
Oh God, yeah. But I tell you what, it's marketing 101 now for TV programs and films. It's put something cute in there, isn't it? That you can sell 8 billion plush dolls of.
yeah. Anything does appeal to the heartstrings when there's something cute in there as well. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a great show if the assassin droid had blown little baby Yoda's head off in the first episode.
That the assassin droid, his voice was I'm going to butcher his name here. What's his name? Directed Thor Ragnarok. Anybody remember his name? Let me know. He's a Kiwi New Zealander.
All right.
But yeah, he was the voice of I think it was IG-11, wasn't it? The assassin droid.
All right, no worries. Yeah, it was really cool. That they've done a really good job on it. So yeah, it's it's just hopefully there'll be another season as well, which would be really really good because it's definitely got the legs in it without a doubt.
Yeah, well, there's definitely another season. I think it's probably halted now, but they said that they're gonna. Oh, excuse me. They're gonna try and release it autumn this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if that'll happen
now. No, that's true. Well, it's screwed everything up, hasn't it, the situation. So there's lots of shows that have been delayed and everything else. So it is tough. It is tough, without a doubt. Well, I was going to say before, but it was on about driving for me as well. Is that you almost forget how to drive as well because I know it's different for you because you're still working, but when we're being at home, you almost forget. It's weird, a few days not driving, and all of a sudden you get in the car and it doesn't feel like it's like you have to teach yourself how to drive again. It's really, really weird. Yeah, really strange. Yeah, really strange.
I tell you what, I can't get my head around. When I'm leaving work now for the last couple of weeks, I leave in rush hour, so it's usually a good, say, 50 minutes to hour and a half, depending on traffic, to get home. I'll be getting home in 25 minutes. It looks like beginning of I Am Legend, that motorway. There's nobody there.
I always envisage it like, that scene out of 28 Days Later, where he's is it Cillian Murphy who was walking across the London Bridge?
Yeah.
He's like, he's going,
it's
hello!
Exactly like that. There's nobody about. Weird.
No. Absolutely, and you could film that shit now, on the streets if you're allowed to. Without a doubt, it would be really, really surreal. But yeah, we live in strange times. We really, really do. And every day is different. We've got all that monotony of being at home, but yet things are changing so quickly. So, but they're on about. I mean, with potentially some of the restrictions lasting up to 6 months. I mean, what's the world going to be like after 6 months? It'll be really, really weird, wouldn't it?
Be cleaner.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll be a lot cleaner. Yeah, be cleaner.
I'd be interested. So go on.
Okay, go on.
No, I say I'd be interested to see the UK's pollution figures in a few weeks.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how much of a difference it does make.
I reckon Greta Thunberg's behind all this.
She might be. It might be a whole ploy to get us to stop using sort of as many fossil fuels. I suppose a little bit of that.
Or it should be called the Little Mona virus if it's for her.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, well, everything's gone quiet on that front while this is going on, but everything has, hasn't it? Everything's taken a backward step. Nothing's, all the other concerns and things going on in the world, and rightly so. Don't get me wrong; it's important to focus on the biggest issues, which this is, but it is very, very strange times, really.
The conspiracy theorist in me still wants to think that there's something going on somewhere that they don't want us to know about, and this is all a big diversion.
Yeah, no. I know. I take your point, but I'm not. If there's many people weren't dying as they were, maybe. Oh well, maybe. But the shit like that, you better, like I said, we've always said, you better not know. You better not know shit like that because it would be too much for a lot of people to take as well. It's like how long this is going to go on for, because they're saying, like in the UK over here, they're saying like it's going to be a 3 weeks and then review it. But in all honesty, they're saying going to be over in another 2 weeks. No chance.
I'm too big of a Star Wars fan to not notice the correlation between the Emperor's emergency powers in the prequels to what the government.
Yes, well, I take your point. I don't. What you think we're going to get? Some sort of like Boris Johnson in a long gown, sort of like waving his fingers around and shit like that. Do you think that's what's going to happen?
God, I can't see him as a Sith Lord myself. Oh no, young
wish him
Skywalker, you must die. You must die. Yeah, yes.
yeah. No, but we wish him well, old Boris. So he's political motivations and inclinations aside, we don't wish ill on anybody. So I hope he gets well soon as well. But I can just see Betty.
Tell you what, though, I bet. Hello, Betty Boop. I've got that song in my head now. Remember that one at 90s, Betty Boop just doing the do?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Betty Boop, she's probably heard that loads. She's probably thought, I've entered this podcast, and then within 5 seconds, she's probably gone, oh, I'm safe here, and somebody's gone, Betty Boop, just doing the do.
We aim to please.
Seconds.
I was going to say something. Old age is setting again. I can't remember what I was going to say now. No, I don't know. It'll come to me at 3 o'clock. It'll come to me at 3 o'clock in the morning like a lightning bolt out of the blue.
Yeah, that does come with age as well. So yeah, thank you for joining us, Betty Boop, by the way. So you are welcome. You're listening to Doran and Dean Talk live. And just to reiterate, you can get us all our back catalogue on all the major channels, but obviously Podbean being our host and being the live host for the show tonight, that you get all 10 episodes. Because we're babies actually a little bit as far as this goes, but all our first 10 episodes are downloadable from here. But you can get us on the other platforms, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything else. So be sure to try and get some downloaded and let us know what you think. But we do thank you for joining us. And Rishi Raj is back again, so he's entered the live studio, as they call it. So welcome back. And like I said, if you do want to get involved, as in Strange Technician has done most of the show, which we appreciate, because it's nice to get hear from people from different parts of the world as well. He's from Wisconsin, and so let us know where you're both from, and obviously we'll give you a shout out, and any questions you might have or anything you want to sort of talk about, just let us know. We'll certainly do that for you, but you are welcome as well, so we appreciate it. So, but just so you know as well, the newcomers as well, Betty Boop, we have marked this as explicit, so I do apologise in advance, but we do swear quite a lot.
I'm still being good. I'm still in work mode, that's why.
No, I'm not. No, I've not been. Well, I've not been more for ages, but I'm drinking quite a bit now. So, it's.
What are you drinking? Make me feel bad.
Well, you're not drinking anything.
I've got Vimto. If you don't know what Vimto is, anybody, it's how would you describe Vimto? Like watered down grape juice, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's like it's just like a fruity drink, I suppose. But I'm drinking a fruity drink of other proportions. I'm it sounds really poncy and everything, but I'm drinking wine again. So I'm on a bushland, southeastern Australia Shiraz, which is very, very nice actually. So I'm enjoying that a lot. So yeah, it's. My alcohol habits have taken a batter in the past few days, without a doubt.
The bourbon was staring at me before, but I decided against it. We were being a school night.
Yeah, I know. I do feel for it. It is weird actually recording on or broadcasting as we are at this stage on a school night, because normally it's a weekend job for us, isn't it? It's something we do at weekends.
Yeah.
But we thought we would try our hand at the old live broadcast as well. So, but let us know, anyone listening out there as well. Let us know if you're enjoying it and everything else, and hopefully the audio is holding up for you and you can hear us okay. So, give us a shout, and like I said, let us know if you're enjoying the show as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting what we're all going to look like in 6 months, if it is 6 months that we're all subject to quarantine and everything else. It's going to be really, really weird.
Yeah, but you watch now, we'll have the best summer on record in the UK because we can't go anywhere. It's done nothing but rain in the summer for the last 6 years.
Yeah, that is the worry. It is the worry as well. It is because you don't know if it's going to be it's going to be like, oh shit, the hottest summer on record. Well, it's going to be tough though. We have to sort of isolate ourselves uh, in the nicest weather as well. And then the ice cream van's going to come out, and everyone's going to be like faces pressed against the window, and, and not going to be able to run after the ice cream van.
Will the ice cream van be listed as an essential service, though? That's the question.
Yeah, I doubt it. To be fair. I don't know. Yeah, probably not. Probably not, to be fair. It'll just be, it won't be. It won't be. But hopefully it'll be, because you mentioned one as well, how many businesses are going to be still operational after all this shit goes down as well. So.
Well, we took a big delivery on the Monday. So Boris Johnson, it was the Monday night he put the lockdown on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I said I've no time reference. It's like a blur.
Yeah. So we collected from one of our biggest customers on that day, and it was a load of plants for all the garden centres around the UK, and we had, I'm talking 400 or 500 pallets of the stuff. He essentially shut all businesses down on that night, so we couldn't deliver any. We had to throw it all away.
Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah, everything's just really, really screwed up at the minute in terms of that side of it. Without it. As long as the thing is, ultimately, as long as we've got enough food and we've got stuff to do and enough to occupy ourselves, we will definitely get through it. So I've made a list. My TV list is all laid out. So I've got everything.
I'm not a panic. I've been good. I've not been in the panic buying craze, but what I have been doing is just been getting little bits here and there. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of spiraled out of control. So I've now got the world's largest collection of ramen noodles at the minute. I could probably outsee several lockdowns as long as I'm okay with stir-fried beef flavour noodles.
Yeah, you'd be absolutely fine. So you can insulate. Well, the good thing about those noodles, you can do pretty much anything. You can insulate yourself with them. You can probably beat somebody to death with a packet if you needed to.
I was thinking about getting the old crazy glue out and making a wig.
Yeah. So, actually, it would be quite fetching, to be honest with you. You're like a Greek god with blonde wavy hair made out of noodles.
Well, if I thought I'd put some at the sides as well, I could be like one of the London judges, the old London judges.
Yeah, my lord.
And I'm going to call myself Lord Ramen. And I'll basically colonise the world when everybody's starved to death. Me and my ramen empire will reign supreme.
You could blow the flavouring dust in people's eyes as your secret weapon. For the little packets of intense flavour, you can just have it cupped in your hand and just go like that into their eyes, and they will never be able to see it ever again. Give you your secret power. That'd hurt. You'd be crying. You'd be crying beef stock for the next 5 years.
Maybe that's how we could make our fortune. We could weaponise ramen flavouring and sell it to the police.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Well, they do that with the chili sauce, don't they? I know that. I think it's. If anyone else knows,
Pava, isn't it?
I'm sure it is. What it's called? There was a 6. The 6 a.m. sauce. I can't remember they make a sauce like a 3 a.m. one, a 6 a.m. one. A 6 a.m. sauce is. I remember reading on the like Scoville charts, and it's like 2 stages up from military grade pepper spray.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
Yeah, and you can buy this shit. You can actually buy it to put in food. For fuck's sake, it's unbelievable. But yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. So it's powerful stuff. But yeah, you can turn that into a serious weapon. You wouldn't want that shit in your eyes, would you? My God.
Oh God, no. There was somebody who put a public health obviously made up. This wasn't serious. He said, "Wash your hands." He said, "Wash your hands like you've just eaten chili sauce and you want to masturbate."
Yeah,
that kind of sinks home for the.
But it goes back to what we were saying though about the people who want to get flogged in the street. There'll be some sick bastard out there that'll actually rub that in their hands before they do the deed.
Oh God!
Oh my God! I'm not thinking. Absolutely, I'm not thinking about it. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Well, no, it's yeah. I think the lesson to be learned is hopefully throughout this period of time, which I know it sounds over dramatic as well. I don't know about you, but I've been thinking it's going to be one of those eras that people will talk about. You know, in years to come, it'll be like a big thing. You know, you live through 2020. You know, hopefully live through it.
Yeah, you have 30 years time and you're having a beer with your grandson, and he says, "Do you want a beer, Grandad?" He says, "Yeah, I've only got Corona." And he starts suddenly having massive flashbacks like Vietnam, PTSD.
Let me tell you a story. Yeah, and it'll be like, or it'll be like. Did I tell you in 2020? And everyone else will be going, "Oh, for fuck's sake, not again."
Yeah, there was a time I got paid 80% of my wages to sit at home for 4 weeks, scratching my bollocks and watching TV. I tell you, it was hell. Oh, fucking hell, Grandad, how did you live through that? Oh.
Yeah, it'll be like dead exaggerated. We had nothing to eat. We had to live off dead skin cells for 3 months.
We had to wash ourselves with broken glass.
Yeah.
Dead raccoons as slippers.
Yeah. And there was no running water. We had to piss on each other. Oh, it'll be absolutely horrendous. But yeah, there'll be all those stories. But hopefully, when we do live through it, we'll look back on it with pride as well. Hopefully.
Oh, something weird going on.
Wow, we lost you.
No, I've got you. It's all right. You said the same thing about 4 times. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. I crapped myself for a minute then.
Yeah, we are real, by the way. We're not data scraping bots out there trying to get all your details in the. I've been getting some strange emails. Though. Have you been getting strange emails doing all this?
What, from the Podbean app or?
Oh no, I mean just generally. I've been getting some really weird emails like your I don't know. I'm trying to think like your voucher for so and so is here, or the supermarket ones and shit like that, or people saying, "Oh, congratulations, basically shit, stuff that
Oh, it's just scammers taking advantage of it, isn't it?
It's horrendous. Yeah, taking advantage of people and stuff like that. It's really, really bad.
I tell you what's doing my head in, and a lot of things do my head in, but the fake offers of help. Like you get an email from like recruitment companies. Well, we know that the staffing is hard. Let us help you through this tough time. Are you going to give it me for free, are you? Well, no. So you're just trying to sell me shit then, aren't you? Well, yeah. So you're not helping at all, are you? You're just sales pitch. Well, yeah. Go away.
Yeah, I know, you're right. There is that. There's a lot of that. There is a lot of that there today. But I don't know what the answer is. I mean, you can't. I suppose you're always going to get people trying to take advantage of people, during tough times as well. And it is difficult. It is difficult. But I don't know what you can do. I suppose you just got to recognise that when someone's trying to take the piss,
Yeah. Well, there's a certain company that I buy all that safety equipment for from work, and I've used them for a couple of years, and I know they stock hand sanitizer in about half a litre, 500ml bottles. Yeah. So I said, "Have you got any?" He said, "Yeah, we've got some." I said, "Right, I'll have whatever you can spare. I won't take them all because I'm not hoarding, do you know what I mean? Because they're for work, we've got like 150 employees. How much a bottle?" 35 quid.
Fucking shit. Yeah, it's wrong.
I said, you're really going to charge me that? And he said, well, yeah. I said, right, I'll take 2 because I can't get any from anywhere. You know what I mean? So I said, right, I'll take 2, but when this is all over, all that 600-700 quid a week I spend with you is gone. I'll go somewhere else. So you can be a greedy little shit now, but that's it. You shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, so it was good actually to see that. I don't know if you saw, but eBay took some steps this week to try and get rid of people that were selling stuff for a ridiculously high price.
Good.
Quite right too.
Have you seen one of our favourite companies is making hand sanitizer, Brewdog?
Well, all right. No, I didn't see that. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
Yeah,
because
Brewdog have taken a couple of their distilleries and put them into production for hand sanitizer.
Yeah, well, there he's gone. No, I've seen a lot of breweries and stuff like that have taken those steps. Which every credit really, because they put the obviously the need of the nation first, I suppose, which is a good thing. And I saw today as well. I don't know if you saw that McLaren and Mercedes F1 have been developing ventilator technology as well. So they've
yeah.
So amazing work. So every credit to you out there for doing that. So
Williams F1 have done one.
Well,
so sorry, mate, we're lagging here. So Williams F1 have done one as well. It's a Capri Sun bag with a straw still in it.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, probably won't do the job at all. Thing. They'll probably burst after 3 breaths. No, but that just goes to show you the ingenuity of them. Though they managed to, I think Mercedes in 10 days they got all the Formula One engineers, and they sort of like designed, fabricated, and built a handheld sized ventilator in 10 days.
Yeah, they said they can crank 1,000 out a week or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's gonna be a goer without a doubt. But anything anyone can do to help is good. Good going. Very good going.
Oh, it's gone weird again.
No worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are listening out there, this is you can hear us all right.
I keep expecting Hugo Weaving to come flying through the door with sunglasses on.
Okay, it's got a bit weird. No, it's meant to be. It's to be expected, I suppose. We're making normally with both of us if we sat here in the same studio doing our thing and everything else, but it is more difficult because obviously we're trying to do everything remotely and record and broadcast at the same time. So it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, we're managing now. We've done an hour and 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which is pretty good going considering we tend not to have too much in the way of a plan, do we? We tend to just let it take it where it takes us.
What, as in none?
Yeah, as in no plan. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But no, I think we'll probably. I'm just conscious as well. Probably wrap it up in a minute because I believe.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah.
Recording time is just. Because with the live shows as well, you have to say how long your show's going to be as well. So,
right.
So, I think time is against us. So what I'll probably do is wrap things up. But before we do, just to reiterate, you can get all our back catalogue of episodes on obviously on Podbean and also some of the other major platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. What else are we on? What are the other Google? To Google.
Yeah. Google Podcasts, Play Music, iTunes, Castbox, and a lot of other podcast apps. If you just search us, we're probably on there. Yeah,
we've found our way onto many a platform. So check us out and listen to the shows, and then as soon as normal service resumes and we can actually get in the same room together, then normal service will resume. But I think what we're going to do, we'll definitely do more live shows, won't we? It's just a case of that it'll be a little bit smoother because we'll be in the same studio and we'll be doing we'll be hooked up together and there'll be no lag. So if there's been any technical gaps out there while listening, we do apologise, but we're learning as we go, aren't we?
Yeah. If you are listening, or feel free to put a message on and call in. We don't bite. We'd love to speak to you.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, absolutely. We really would. So yeah, do feel free to call us anytime. So yeah, and just before we do sign off, just to reiterate, we're all on the social media platforms. We've got Twitter at Doran Dean Pod, which is our handle, Twitter. So by all means, send us a little tweet and let us know what you're up to, and we'll obviously keep you informed of any upcoming shows as well. And we'll also and have lots of stuff on there to follow us with. And we're on Facebook as well. What's our Facebook banner?
Doran and Dean Talk Podcast.
That's it. Yeah, so Doran and Dean Talk Podcast for Facebook as well. And what's the Instagram one, Dean?
At Doran and Dean Talk, I think.
That's it. Sprung that on you there. Sorry. Yeah, because you forget, don't you? Because you just go to your link, don't you? Because that's why I've completely forgotten.
Yeah.
You just put the thing I've noticed though. You put Doran and Dean podcast into Google, you tend to find every channel that you can get us on, so you'll be able to find us there as well.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's contributed. Strange Technician, appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. Betty Boo, Rishi Raj, G Mummy as well, if you didn't mention, but if you're still here, thank you for listening. And everybody else that's contributed. So it's been good fun, hasn't
it? Yeah, certainly do it again.
Yeah, definitely, we'll do it again. We'll have to do it again. as far as doing that, so we'll have to. With no other choice at the minute. But everyone, stay safe out there, stay at home, look after each other and yourself, and we'll do it again very soon. But on our social media, we will let you know the next live show and when we're going to broadcast again. So thanks once again, and it's goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me.
Take care, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye bye now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.